everyone, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. I wanted to bring you today a video sharing my updates and changes to this channel and also my resolutions for this year in terms of colouring and some things that I'm going to try and focus on this year, which I'll show you in my colouring journal after. I'm going to try and put timestamps on this video so that you can go to the different sections you wish to see, and I'll try and make it as brief as possible, but you know, with me that's never usually possible. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about was my videos. So I've always said that I wanted to try and do one video a week, and that is still my aim. So at one point I was considering doing scheduled videos whereby the video goes up at the same time on the same day every week. But having thought it through, that won't really suit me. I think that personally for me, doing sporadic uploads is so much easier. I never know when I'm going to be busy, and it's just easier to be able to put them up whenever I have time. So I'm still going to aim to put one up around about every week, once a week. May not necessarily be on the same day, but you know, around that time. And I will do more if I possibly can. If there are videos like tag videos that suddenly come up that someone's tagged me in that I want to participate in, then you know, that could be an extra video that I try to get out a bit quicker. But yeah, as I said, they won't be scheduled. I also want to try and get into more of a habit of doing live streaming. I have done live streaming a lot in the past. I started doing it right at the beginning of when I had my channel, and I have usually had a set time of Sundays from 5 till 7. That used to be my time. And when I stream now, especially since we're at school, I mean, we're obviously homeschooling and everything, but I still have my set times of when I'm at school and stuff. It's a lot easier for me to just put up on the day when I'm going to stream. So yeah, what I've decided to do is if I'm able to stream, I always put it on my community tab either on the same day as I will stream or the day before if I can. And that way, if you want to join, you can. And usually I'll probably just be working on a whip. But it's such a nice way to chat with you all. And, you know, it's something that I have missed doing weekly. And yeah, it's just a nice time to dedicate to colouring. Okay, so the next thing is thumbnails for my videos. This is something that I've never done before, and I think that I would like to try and do them as much as I possibly can. They just give a better overview of what's going to be featured in the video, and especially with some videos, because they're a bit longer, sometimes it's just a bit easier to get a snapshot of what you're going to see in the video. So especially with flip throughs and stuff, I'll try and put a picture of the book up. I don't really edit that much. But I think it would just be a nice addition. I won't go back on my older videos and do thumbnails. That would probably take an extremely long time. But I'm going to try and start from now, and it's something that I am just experimenting with. I've never really done it before, but it's something that I would like to try and do for you. I did do my channel intro at the beginning, no, actually it was the middle of last year during lockdown, and that was a really nice thing to do, and the outro actually. So I kind of just want to continue adding things like that you know, make the videos a bit more interesting. Okay, so the next thing is the structure of my videos. So every month, you know that I do my completed pages videos, and generally I like to get those out either on the last day of that month, so the 30th, 31st, whenever it is, or you know, earlier for February, but or I try and get them out a couple of days into the next month. So it's usually around the end or the start of the next month, because it kind of signals for me that a new month has started, and then, you know, I get on with the colouring for that month. That's not going to change. I'm still going to do my completed pages videos at the exact same time as I usually do. That just is good for consistency. Something else that I want to start doing is a monthly haul video. Especially last year, I got so bad at not doing hauls when I got stuff, and I lost track of things that I had been given, or you know, that I had purchased, and you know, I was creating these lists and it just wasn't working. So what I have decided to do is keep a tracker in the back of my journal of what I have got, and then every month I'll do a video. And even if the videos aren't that long, because, you know, I might not have got that much that particular month. I still think it would be fun to do, and it's, you know, I really like doing haul videos, and, you know, even if they're only 10 minutes or so, I hope you enjoy them and you can see some new things, hopefully. So yeah, that's something that I would like to try and do. I also want to get into the habit of doing more colour and chat videos, because it's something that I used to do a lot, and I've kind of found recently I haven't done many. And I think it's purely because especially with not much happening recently, it's kind of, you know, you kind of think, well, what am I going to fill up talking about for that length of time? So I do want to get back into the habit of doing colour and chat videos. And, you know, if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, whether that's, you know, colouring or not, I'm very happy to. And it would just give me that bit more of a structure for my colour and chat video. And generally in that video I might be working on a whip. I know some people used to do videos, or still do, that are kind of Whip Wednesday videos, so I'll probably be working on a whip when I do colour and chats. But yeah, I would like to make sure that I do them, because I do get requests to do colour and chat videos a bit, so, you know, it would be nice to get back into the habit of doing them. And I think that is everything. Oh, and also requested videos. So if that is a request in terms of a particular artist that you want to see pictures of, or a particular technique or something that maybe I could have a go at, or that I'm, you know, I've done in one of my pictures and you want to see, by all means, please let me know. I have got a list going of videos that I really need to do, because I've had requests for them for a very long time, and it's just so that it again gives me a bit more structure for my videos. I'm like, oh, you know, I would like to film this one to do, so that I, you know, I will never run out of ideas. I know that for sure, but it's just nice to have those ideas in the back of my mind that, you know, I can do for you. So please feel free to comment below on this video, or equally you can email me, and, you know, I would be very happy to add those to the list for you. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was the things that are in my description. So the first thing that's there is my wish list, which is an Amazon wish list, and I have had a couple of people saying when they've looked on it, for some reason it's not working, there's an error and stuff. So what I've decided to do is put the link in every time that I upload a video. And just to mention, with the wish list, it's not there to say that you need to buy me stuff. One of the things that I think is really great about wish lists is that you can go to other people's and see what they're interested in getting, and then hopefully be enabled to buy it. It's really just to see new things that may be coming, you know, out in the colouring community, or things that you might be interested in getting yourself that look fun and you might not have seen stuff before. So I purchase off my wish list all the time. It's kind of just an extended basket for me, but I did have requests, especially when I first started my channel, to share my wish list, so it is down there if you would like to see. I have also been considering putting my Etsy wish list on there as well. If you don't know what Etsy is, for colourists, it's usually the place to get more expensive colouring books or PDFs or things like that, and I think that it would serve as quite a good place to see some more expensive books that you could invest in. And the books on there are very much, you know, books to invest in. They are expensive and they are all gorgeous. So if that's something that you would be interested in, let me know. You know, Etsy's one of those places where new things are always cropping up, and there are so many wonderful artists on there. And also the Ko-fi page is down there as well. Now, I have been very, very fortunate that through your donations and Happy Mail through my wish list, that I've been able to share new things, you know, on the channel that I would never have got to share if it wasn't for you. I have discovered new artists, I have tried out new mediums that I have thoroughly enjoyed. And if you don't know what Ko-fi is, it's basically a donation system where you buy a Ko-fi. So it relates to, I think it's £3 for a Ko-fi and coffee, I guess. I don't really know how you say it, but yeah, it's basically a donation system. And then I have done it, I think, twice now, which is amazing. and I put up a poll with different suggestions of things that I want to try out, and then I get the most popular items. So it's through your generous donations and your voting that I have been able to try these new things and then share them on the channel, and it is great to be able to bring new things, and I really appreciate all of your support, so thank you so much. And also I also have my link to my website. Now, this was something that I started during lockdown, the first lockdown back in March or April time of 2020, and it has been something that I've very much neglected. I do, as I've said earlier in the video, want to dedicate more time to my videos and, you know, just adding that extra bit to them. And YouTube is very much my, you know, my first you know, place where I share my colouring. I do now have an Instagram account at Colouring Kid, but, you know, sometimes I you know, because I've only just got it, I'm still getting used to it. So, you know, YouTube is very much my first place for colouring. And so, yeah, it has been neglected a bit. I do have some blog posts on there if you're interested in reading them. I do have my stationery shop on there, which I've done a video on. But yeah, it's something that I'm not going to go back to very often at the moment. If you do have any suggestions for it, let me know, and you know, I can always go back to it. But I think, especially since most of you find me through YouTube, it's one of those things that, you know, it's not a website that I've paid to have a domain for, so it's not like you can go and search for it anyway. So yeah, it's one of those things that I really enjoy putting together and, you know, creating and stuff, but it's not something that I'm going to pursue that much more really. But there are things on there that you can go and check out, so I will still leave the link for it in the description of my videos. Okay, and the last section is about just staying in contact with you guys. I am always open for a chat, whether that's through an email or messaging me on Instagram or in the comments of my videos. I love chatting with you, and that's really what makes YouTube such a lovely place. You know, even through live streams and getting to chat with you live, it's such a new experience and I thoroughly enjoy it, and I try to reply to all comments on my videos, and you know, they mean so much. So yeah, if you have any video ideas or, you know, queries or requests and things, please feel free to email me anytime. I try to get back to you as quickly as I can. And, you know, buddy colours, things like that, I'm doing 3 at the moment, which is lovely. And I'm doing one in here right now, actually. It's one from Romantic Country. And I'm doing this with Minnie, Rach, and yeah, I really like how it's turning out. And it's so lovely to do buddy colours because you get to interact with people and, you know, just share your progress and things, and it's something that you can't really do in a video. So yeah, that's really a lovely thing that I have enjoyed doing over the past years. And your emails do always brighten my day. You know, whenever one comes through, it really is so lovely, and I really enjoy reading them and replying. And I don't count it as admin. I know for people who have lots of emails and stuff, replying to them, you know, they do class it as admin, and I don't. I really enjoy it, and it's so lovely to be able to connect with you on a different level aside from YouTube. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And equally, if you have any criticism for me, you know, constructive criticism, I would really appreciate it. I want to make this channel as fun and, you know, interactive as possible. So if you have any suggestions that, you know, you think I should improve on my videos, absolutely let me know, whether that is by email or in the comments. And as long as it is like kind and constructive, that's absolutely fine. I have had comments in the past about it, and I do really think that it's such a positive thing, and I really want to try and, you know, make it as good as possible. So if you do have any, let me know. Okay, so now I'm going to move on and show you how I've set up my journal this year to kind of give me more structure and show kind of what I'm trying to work towards this year mostly. So I did do a video on this last year and I have changed it quite a bit, but I will show you, yeah, kind of from where I left off. So this was December 2020, and what I tend to do is do a page with all the colour alongs for that month, who they're hosted by, things like that. And it's especially crucial now that I have Instagram to be able to do this, because, you know, I can tick off when I've done them and I don't lose track of what page is what for, is for, you know, what colour along. I then have a section here for my completed pages that I list, the whips to complete for that month. You can see I did not really write much down for this month. YouTube videos that I have made, need to make, and then I can tick them off. My subscriber count, I like to just keep this as a, you know, tracker for me as I go through the months and see, you know, what particular videos might have, you know, increased it during that month or something like that. You know, it's a really great tracker for me, and it's amazing because I had gone from 1,000 or around about that, I think, in March, and then it's just shot up from here. So it's a lovely tracker to be able to keep that. And then books to colour in next month, if I have any that I particularly want to work in, then I put it there. It has changed slightly, the format, and I will get to that. Firstly, I did this page as like a 2020 reflections, and just, I haven't fully filled this in actually, but just a bit about YouTube, the amount of pages that I've completed, which I do still need to work out, and then the books that I coloured in. So I did colour in a significant amount, and then we come to 2021. So obviously it's only January, so I haven't done all the setup for the other months yet. I've only done January. But first we come to my goals. So I did have this kind of, it's a loose setup. It's not absolutely, you know, must stick to this. The main things that I want to do is to try and do 1 or 2 pages from Ivy and League Butterfly every month, because I really want to work in my copy more. And also to try and do 1 Clara Markova page a month as well, whether that is one of her postcards from I Believe in Fairies or just one of her books, because I absolutely love her books. And, you know, I do have all of them, which I'm very fortunate to have, and I want to work in them. So they are kind of my main things. And then I have some other goals here as well, which, you know, can be a bit looser. So 1 page from Luna. This is the book that I'm trying to work in with a minimal amount of pencils, and just to kind of work through in order if I can. 1 page from Eri or Kirby Roseanne's. I feel like whilst they do take quite a while, especially Kirby Roseanne's books, I just love doing the pages when I get around to doing them, and it's something that I want to try and work on a bit more, and try and just do more of the difficult pages as well. I would like to try and challenge myself to do some of the detailed double spreads and things like that. And I absolutely love Eri's books. I have got the new fairy tale book, and I only have that one, and then my second copies of the first and second Romantic Countries, and I do want to get the third one again, but I don't have any of her tracing ones yet. It's something that I am looking at, but yeah, her books are just amazing, and I want to colour in them more, because I really enjoy colouring in them when I get around to it. And then 1 page from an obscure book. So this could be a standalone book that I have that I feel like I want to work in. I have actually managed to achieve that this month already, and it's just so that I get round to doing different artists as well. And, you know, I'm not going to stay restricted absolutely to this, because I know that there are going to be months when I don't feel like colouring in 1 book, and, you know, I'll just focus on other stuff. There may be whips I need to finish, you know, for some months. So it's very loose, and they don't really set strict resolutions and stuff. You know, it's just something fun to do and, you know, to have in the background. And then, yeah, as I put here, my yearly focus. So Ivy and League Butterfly, my Clara Markovas, Luna, and then Maria Troll, which is, yeah, basically the Luna and then / Dream Reese. So, you know, kind of like that as well. And then the whips to complete, I still need to fill this in, and I am definitely one of those people that will put stuff in a list just to then tick it off. I have already completed, I think, 3 whips from last month, so I am going to be very happy to be able to tick those off, but there are many more that I need to add to that when I get around to it. Okay, this next page is really great for me, and it's something that I didn't do last year. I have basically made these grids for every month with, you know, it's a simple layout of all the dates and stuff. I then put a circle on the dates when I complete a page, and it's really nice to see what days and particular months I've had more success with my colouring, and it just serves as a really nice reminder that, you know, I may not colour every day, but, you know, I do manage to finish pages on, you know, significant days. So this is something that I will definitely be continuing throughout the coming years. And the good thing about this as well is it gave me a lovely chance to practice my like calligraphy writing, my hand lettering. I did recently get a few hand lettering brush pens to do this with, so that was really fun. Okay, I did this last year and I've been doing this for lots and lots of years. This is basically a tracker for my completed pages. I write what the book is, the description of the page, so I can keep track of what page it was, and then when I started it and when I finished it. And I did do this last year in this similar style, and I found that the amount of space I gave here wasn't enough. So I did around October time do another one, and then I didn't get around to finishing it. So I did give myself 4 pages, which I definitely think is going to be too much, especially with how small the spaces are. I should have mentioned, actually, this is a bullet journal, but I used card quite a lot for last year because the paper's quite thin. But I think this will be good, and, you know, if I don't get round to using these pages, I can use them for something else or use them for the following year. So yeah, it's a really good tracker for me. This is my favourite visual way of seeing my pages. I have changed it a bit from last year. I did this last year, and whilst it was good, I found that it got a bit confusing with the colours that I was using, because just doing lines makes it quite hard to see the actual colour, and some of them were very similar. So these were all my books and the lines and stuff, and then I had dots for a double page, and I've changed it a bit so they're smaller squares, and I use my fine liners and my pens and either fill in half of the square to show that it's a single page, or the whole of the square to show that it's a double page. And this is just a great way of doing it. I don't count PDFs and stuff as part of these pages, but what I might do is actually write at the bottom if I do any extras. And my aim is to do 100, but I never really do that. I think, I don't know, I got 79 last year. That's pretty good for me. So that's kind of a new layout that I've done, and I found that when I did it last year I did not leave enough space to write down all of the books. So what I've done is done a page for each and made these squares smaller, as I said. So it's a much better layout for me, and I've really enjoyed filling it in so far. And then we come to the final page, which is my January one. So I haven't used card this time, I've done it straight onto the paper, but what I have done is put a bit of card in the middle of 2 sheets so that it's thicker, because it was bleeding through a bit otherwise. So this is my layout, which hasn't really changed that much from the previous months. So we have the completed pages area here. These are just extra PDF stuff, which I don't count as a page, you know, from a book, but I still include them as part of this. We have the whips to complete, which is exactly the same as it was before, and I've really enjoyed highlighting and ticking them off. Books to colour in next month, I found that I didn't need as much space as I was giving myself, so I've just put a bit there. Videos are exactly the same, and the subscribers is the same. So I have kept this bit exactly the same. I have just switched around the layout a bit and made it a bit more interesting. Here we have the exact same layout for the colour alongs. What I tend to do now is a lot of the colour alongs, you know, they're self-explanatory from their title, so I don't find I'm needing to describe what the colour along's about as much. So yeah, I just put them here and then tick them off when I've done them, which is really good. And then pictures to colour. So these are ones that I have either spotted that I want to colour, maybe that, you know, I've been flipping through a book and, oh, you know, I want to colour that one, or I have pictures that I know I'm going to colour for that month or the next month. So these are pictures that I've set up their colour alongs, not colour alongs, sorry, buddy colours that I'm doing. So they are there, and then, you know, I can tick them off when I've done them, but they're kind of just pictures to look forward to. And, you know, I have a bit of layout in terms of the colouring that I'm doing for that month. And then the final thing at the back, as I said, which I started doing, I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to show what I've got for this month, just so that the whole video isn't then boring. But this is my purchase tracker, my haul tracker, so that every month I can just write down what I've got, so that it's a lot easier for me to then get the things together for the haul, as I've said. So I have done it all in advance for the months. So that is everything in there. I tried to make it as brief as I could because, you know, I do ramble on quite a bit. But I hope that that was an interesting video nevertheless, and I hope that I was making sense with all of the things that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, as I said, over the past 2 years, I've just appreciated all of your support so much, and it's just for me now about really enjoying making my videos. I love making them, and you know, just trying to make my channel as good as it can be, and you know, it's an ongoing project. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Any comments that you leave, I will gladly you know, read and see if you have any criticisms and ideas and things. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.